You know, I've studied the steps taken by those who have walked the path before me, and they would all start their video the same way. This is the epic story of a dwarf warrior that all began in Dun Morogh. But I don't think that's right for me. I think I still need to introduce myself. I think I need to introduce myself like, you're already live, dude, and recording. I figured that if I ever truly struck out in life again, like truly struck out again, I'd probably just be homeless and give up, try and stream WoW from the library or some shit like that. But I also figured, why wait until I got to that point? Why not try and go for it right now and just start while I'm already ahead? And so that's kind of the idea of who RockBottomBrenny would be. And also, I really want to play a hardcore warrior solo self-found, so his gear's gonna be like pretty bad. So that's also RockBottomBrenny, is the Brenny has no gear. So that's pretty much the dream. Um, and this is gonna be a challenge run. Uh, and so I wanted to try to do as many achievements as possible, including the questing achievements. So just try to, yeah, probably goes. Try to get every single one of these, and then also maybe get Tile Charm, and then also try to complete all the dungeons until the Sunken Temple. Probably won't go for solo, and then get some profession achievements as well, which are pretty easy. Um, and then there's like some starting achievements, but I'm not very interested in those. So there you go. And there's like level cap for like dungeons and stuff. So I have a whole route set out to go. So there we go. The first one is deep in the Ben Ethel Barrow Den. Complete that stuff at level 9. I began my journey by proceeding to clear my starting zone. After harvesting some wolf meat for the dwarven outfitters, I beat up on some trogs and some boars, gearing up with any trash armor that would drop along the way. I cleared out some troll camps in order to recover some missing tools for a gnome refugee, and after running a scalding hot brew across the valley, I headed into my first cave. It was pretty easy, actually, except for the part where I didn't know that Grickneer respawned instantly. Oh no. I completed the cave, and I recovered and returned a dwarf's missing journal before accepting a scout's report to hand in at Kyranos, the next major town.
Well met.
I trained up on my class skills and headed out into the open world. I fought my way through the Coldridge Pass and made my way to Kyranos. I did not stay for long, however, as my quest would take me to the far-off land of Teldrassil. I did make a quick stop in Ironforge, though, in order to train more skills and pick up the flight path. I chose the professions of herbalism and skinning. I planned to become an alchemist and make a small batch of a few choice potions before ultimately dropping the profession to become an engineer. The skinning is to stockpile leather for engineering later, and then also just to increase gold earned along the way. In order to make it to Teldrassil, I went on an epic mountain scaling adventure, even running into a rare slime I had never seen before, but due to my own mistake, I wasn't recording footage for most of it. That's okay though. I died anyway. Ah! I look like this now. I did pretty much everything the same, except this time I couldn't afford a skinning knife. I made sure to record the footage of my epic mountain climbing adventure. I made it back to where I died last time and was a bit more careful. I made it into Menethil Harbor and hopped on a boat to Darkshore. After sailing to the other continent, I jumped off the boat, only to find out that Gubberblump would not yet teach me how to fish for free. I took the boat to Teldrassil. I had finally arrived at the location of my first challenge. I made my way through the capital city of Darnassus and headed to the smaller nearby town of Dolinar, where I could ingratiate myself with the locals and get a bit stronger before my quest. I helped the local herbalist with some gardening, while picking as many flowers as I could. After pruning some elementals, I finally had enough silver for a skinning knife and one 6-slot bag. At the behest of a satyr, I took it upon myself to kill much of the local fauna while I also harvested spider legs for the cooking trainer. I investigated the nearby Starbreeze village and found it overrun with hostile furbolgs while I looted a dresser for a missing necklace. After all of this, I felt I was finally strong enough to attempt my first achievement quest. I headed to Darnassus to make the final preparations for my journey. I trained class skills, bought a powerful new axe, prepared some food, and miraculously had the exact amount of silver and copper to afford one more 6-slot bag. Having completed my preparations, I headed to the location of my first achievement quest, the Ban Ethel Barrow Den. This is what a typical combat will look like versus a Gnarlpine Shaman. Notice I have no interrupt abilities. As a warrior, I have no class skills of healing or disengage or escape, so my only tools of success are tactical decision making and practicing good combat. I have to only take good fights and have to use rage and movement efficiently. Damn, this is gonna be hard as hell. No range. Shh. That right there, dude. I'm trying to keep my XP low because we have to start farming the shaman's inside once we have the quest. But I think the only option is to clear my way in. I cleared into the first main chamber, where I would have to face my first double pack. I handled this by utilizing fencing, also known as melee kiting. Since my enemies typically attack every 1 to 2 seconds, but I attack every 3 or 3.5 seconds, I can abuse the game's AI by moving away at the appropriate time. This will cause the mobs to falter in their movement for a moment and effectively slow their attack speed to equal mine. After clearing my first double pack, I looted the first of the Relics of Awakening, and after a careful body pull, I took on my second double pack. After defeating them, I looted the second of the Relics of Awakening. Well, I'll be darned. Food crate. I also found a food crate, which was awesome, as food was the only resource I was limited on. One important strategy for clearing caves is to keep mobs on a respawn timer. I do this by killing them quickly and repeatedly. In doing so, I will provide myself with enough room to try to run away and reset mobs if things go bad. I cleared my way into the second main chamber, and carefully body-pulled a single mob while avoiding a patrol. The Gnarlpine Augur was a new mob type that would not run in fear and would curse me with weakness. I continued clearing a retreat path before engaging with a double pack of augurs. It was a bit harder, but I utilized the same technique of melee kiting. I located the quest giver Oben Rageclaw and accepted the pre-quest to my challenge quest. I just had to loot one item from one type of mob. Should be easy, right?
A few moments later.
Yes! In fact, this pre-quest is why I came here at level 8 instead of level 9. I returned the item to Oben and accepted my achievement quest. I cleared my way to the final chamber. I kept a full rage bar as I aggroed Rageclaw. He did not put up much of a fight. I released Oben's spirit and returned to him, completing my first achievement.
Rest peacefully forever in the Emerald Tree. Perhaps one day we may meet again.
I still had 2 more relics to loot though, before I could leave the Van Ethel Barrow den. I cleared to a small room where I would have to do a double pull with Greenpaw, a named mob. He hit me with a lightning ball, which dropped my frame rate, and I panic-clicked a healing potion. I heard him renew himself as his buddy cursed me with weakness, and I began to get very scared. After killing Greenpaw, I ran to bandage myself, but quite easily reset the encounter. I cleared the room and looted another Relic of Awakening. 1 more to go. I made my way back to Rageclaw's chamber and ran up to the central dais. With Rageclaw's patrol, the bottom floor was unsafe for retreat, so I cleared a new path and pulled a mob back just to see if it would reset. I fought 2 more double packs of augurs and looted the final relic. I hearthed out to Darnassus where I had set my home earlier. I had done it. I had completed my quest. We did it, fam. Rageclaw and the Relics of Awakening. So we come over here and check out our hardcore tab, and we have our little achievement worth 10 points. Deep in the Van Ethel Barrow Den. 10 points. And thus we will continue our quest to get all of the achievements if possible. So we'll go kill Vagash quite quickly next time. Anyway, that's it for now for me. Thanks. Thank you for watching. If you're interested in supporting the channel, please consider following on Twitch and subscribing on YouTube. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!